New World Order Decision Time with NATURENETSCHOOL. Apologies. Pictures used in these documents are not of characters described in messages below them, except for my students who participated directly in my projects. The rest of pictures are merely used to illustrate messages relayed pictorially. Kindly bear with me in case of any inconvenience. Chapter 1. Responsible Parenting for the Development of a More Accountable Society. B. Parenting Challenges. Integration of boys and girls. Keeping boys away from girls in schools neither guarantees better child growth and development for girls nor for boys. Integrating boys and girls in one school offers a better opportunity for children to learn life as nature designed as they grow into adulthood. Learning gender boundaries. Social life skills with members of the opposite gender during school and after is crucial in developing a more cohesive society. Integrating genders. Desire to introduce one gender boarding school is not healthy for developing a strong future family units. Boarding schools and costs. Most schools are one-gender schools. Poor children who fail to secure chances in costly boarding schools only rely on rural day schools for their progress in education. One obvious credit that mixed day schools have is that they educate humanity on how to relate to members of the other gender and general public in all spheres of life. Converting day schools to boarding. Poor families incapable of paying rent in costly boarding schools are disadvantaged when available rural day schools convert to pure boarding. Gender schools, insecurity, and instability. The poor rural boy has been the major casualty whenever local schools convert to full one-gender boarding schools. Schools that convert to full-time, one-gender boarding are known to deny poor children option to enroll as day scholars in the same schools. Source of indiscipline. School managers, administrators, and parents who associate mixed schools with poor performance and indiscipline have their priorities wrong on broad purpose of education. Causes of instability. Separation of children in schools along gender and financial status nurture instability in future families. It widens economic gaps between the rich and the poor too. Questions that concerned citizens should ask regarding to school and holistic child development include: Number 1. Why do we separate girls from boys? Number 2. How justifiable is it? Number 3. What challenges engineer it? Number 4. What challenges await children after? Number 5. Which processes offer a longer life benefit for all children? Gender schools and natural facts. Nature expected both male and female creatures to grow up together within common family setups. All living organisms give birth to both sexes and raise them together. Both girls and boys have vital gender-based social life skills to learn from one another during growth and development. Learning gender boundaries. There are many key life components that nature expected living creatures to learn about other genders right from childhood in preparation for complex family adult life. Gender boundaries through practical experiences. It will help them manage their future adulthood more responsibly when nature finally brings them together as parents. Close interactions. Learning behaviors of the other gender will help both girls and boys to understand their natural boundaries and limitations as expected by societal norms. It should never be lost to us that nature will one day bring boys and girls together at one point in life. Unless society only wishes to live in denial, it is important to appreciate the development of young relationships under skillful guidance and counseling of adults. Gender lessons. We may promote healthy boy-girl relationships within acceptable boundaries for holistic development instead of choosing to live in denial by creating high walls to keep them apart. Gender exposure. This will offer children space to make wise decisions on how, when, and who to relate with, and to what limits as they grow. Mature reasoning. Challenges they encounter along the way will help them develop more mature reasoning regarding members of the opposite sex. Self-protection. Exposure will teach them self-protection without waiting to be protected by adults within enclosed homes and schools. Devils and angels. Adequate exposure will empower both boys and girls to practically understand what can make a devil or an angel in a member of the opposite sex. NATURENETSCHOOL continues.